welcome back to Houston Life. Our next guest is a local mom who made her debut as an author with her gripping mystery novel, The Night of the Storm.
Yeah, it's about a multi-generational Indian American family sheltering together in a house while escaping the clutches of the murderer amidst the chaos of Hurricane Harvey. The book is full of suspense. Joining us now with more is Nishita Parekh, author of The Night of the Storm. Thank you so much for coming to Houston Life.
Thank you for having me here. It's so nice to be here. Thank you.
Well, and you've lived in Houston for about 7 years. That's about the time I moved here. And shortly after that was when Hurricane Harvey hit. Many of us remember that very, very well. And you decided to take that experience and sort of fuel your creativity. So the book was born.
Yeah. So in 2017, when Harvey hit Texas, I was stuck in my apartment. I was on the second story, so I was safe, but the building was flooding. Wow. And I had a bunch of family members living nearby who ended up coming over to my place to ride out the storm. One of my cousins was even rescued in a boat, which at the time I thought was so crazy.
It's so wild, right? I mean, and just seeing images like this of neighborhoods flooded out, this is something that is common in this part of the world. But you, as a new Houstonian at the time, you must have been thinking, what is happening?
Right. So at one point, we were 5 adults, 2 kids crammed in this tiny one-bedroom space. We could hear rescue choppers flying overhead, but luckily we all made it out okay. We ended up having a good time with my family. But that whole experience planted a seed in my mind of using a hurricane as a backdrop for a thriller, because I don't think that's been done before. And of course, I love this city, so I wanted to write a story that's set right here in Houston.
Well, I think it's so cool because I don't know if anyone's ever watched a movie that maybe it correlates with your hometown or watched a show. Any little of the details, the specifics, you're like, I know where that is. I totally have been to that part of town. You say you do that with Houston a lot in the novel. Like the mom in the novel shops at H-E-B, which is like the coolest thing in the world.
Exactly.
What other details were important without giving away, obviously, who the murderer is?
Yeah, so it's the very first scene. The mom is looking for water and she goes to H-E-B because I love shopping at H-E-B. H-E-B is not paying me to say this. I genuinely just love going there. I also love chimichangas, so I had to have my characters, you know, eat at the local Houston restaurants. You can't have a Houston book without Tex-Mex, right? And I'm just happy, you know, that people are enjoying these little details about Houston life. You know, sometimes, you know, when you park your cars, this used to happen more before COVID, but when you park, like when you stop at a signal, some random guy will come and start cleaning your windshield.
Yes.
This does not happen outside of the South. So I had to put that detail in there, and these details stayed throughout rewrites. Like I was like, I'll kill my main character off if I have to, but squeegee guy stays.
I like that. Squeegee guy or no book.
What I think is fascinating about your story, it's so Houston. Your husband's here in studio. You have a 2-year-old child at home. You're not an author, though. This was your first book. I mean, you are an author now, by the way. Congratulations. Yeah. But you're a computer programmer. So a lot of people might ask you the question, how does a computer programmer just sit down one day and decide to write a book? Was it an idea you'd had for a long time?
So I've always loved books and stories because my dad used to, you know, take us to libraries when we were growing up. So actually I wanted to get into a career adjacent to writing. I wanted to get into journalism, but my dad, like most immigrant parents, said, that's all good, but can you just find a stable job first?
Right, right.
Like follow your dreams later on.
Right, let's get stability over the dream.
Like, let's start paying our bills first. So that's how I ended up, you know, getting a job in technology. And honestly, I'm glad I listened to him because it kind of takes the pressure off writing. So now I write just because I want to, not because I have to.
So it's a genuine passion project as opposed to I need this book to come through.
Exactly.
That is so cool. And so you worked on the book for 7 years before you got an agent. Then you worked another additional year editing it, making sure it was perfect. And this is just, I mean, what advice do you have someone who's thinking about maybe doing their own thing, or what lesson did you take away from this whole thing?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not easy. That's for sure. Don't go into it expecting it to be easy. It takes a long time. You have to stick with it, even if you get rejections. And you definitely need to have a family that supports you. Like behind every mom writer, there's a husband helping out with childcare and, you know, pushing you to follow your dreams. I'm glad I have that. I have a wonderful husband and in-laws. That's the only reason I'm able to do all this while having a job and a baby. So
Wow.
you definitely need family.
Takes a village.
Takes
It
a
does.
village.
And Nishita Parekh, thank you so much for your time. Congrats on everything. And a lot of people have great ideas, but you actually took your idea and made something happen.
The follow
So,
through. And quick
you.
suggestion for the sequel, like the main characters are at home and they're watching Houston Life, right?
There you go.
And then that's when the murder happens.
And then one of the hosts dies. No, I'm kidding. Nishita, The Night of the Storm is available for purchase online and at local bookstores. The local bookstore Murder by the Book on Bissonnette. That's
Awesome.
fantastic.
Okay, and the link to connect with Nishita is on our website, HoustonLife.tv, under the Scene On section.